What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Loshak in the bag is back in business. Pete, your first week was a success. 3-1 in MLB, 4-3 overall. How are you, my man?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit ill at ease, Jimmy the Bag, because of this fucking sticky stuff, man. You can't cap that. You can't cap that. How are you going to cap that? So it's just, like last week I came in, I was like, all right, I have a bunch of leans. I'll throw them out there. I got a couple picks I'm really liking, and they, for the most part, won. I even felt good about the NHL and NBA games. But today, I'm just like, the band started yesterday, and you can't cap that. How are you going to cap that?
Yes, and we've had some of our best guys, Gas Station Sushi, for instance, saying that he's going to stop betting baseball at the moment.
But you don't have that luxury when you're doing videos and shit, when you're a content creator and an influencer as we are. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to give picks. I'm going to give analysis. But I was all happy and everything last show. And now I'm just, I feel a little bit dyspeptic inside. You know what I'm saying?
Dyspeptic.
I don't know. Ill at ease, man. Because because seriously, I'm like, maybe I was researching which pitches, but the truth is that when it comes to stuff like that, every pitcher is idiosyncratic. You know what I mean? So it's really just an educated guessing game at this point.
It is. It's tricky. It is not the fact that we need to create content that will keep me betting. It's my sickness. My sickness will keep me hammering away. Pete, I have hit my high watermark of the season.
Oh, my God.
Yes, very exciting. So 162 wins, 133 losses, 54.9% plus 11.69 units. So this is the first show I've started in double-digit units, ROI plus 3.96 units, average line minus 112. I'm very, very excited to hit this mark.
Congratulations, Jimmy. Wait, how many units did you say you're up again?
I'm up 11.69.
Okay. Right. Okay. So you can't just go willy-nilly in this week of uncertainty, but you do have a cushion, and you've earned it, Jimmy the Bag. I'm very proud of you. Seriously. Like I said, I'm saying that in a funny way and a serious way. I am proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I learned from you in hockey. I learned from you in NHL. And even though the NHL game lasts, I can't wait to talk about the NHL game this week because it's a weird one for tonight. But I got the same thing. The first show we did, it was all the same shit. The official picks that I gave were slightly positive. The leans were more positive, and I fucked myself a little bit by getting too cute, but not, you know what I mean? I was like, all right. I like the Islanders team total under Tampa Bay, even though they're a big favorite. But I was like, you know what I'm going to do? Islanders first period under 0.5 goals. And, of course, it loses. You know what I'm saying? Getting too cute is because sometimes you get rewarded for it and you're just like, man, I'm really even smarter than I thought I was. But it feels like, for me at least, more often than not, I just get burned getting too cute. You know what I'm saying?
I do, and it's an important thing to bring up. I'm so excited to be working with you. All of us are so excited to have you back in business. Tuesdays here at Pub Sports Radio, Loshak in the bag. Brian Watson, Nuke Worker. Zach Jones says had to drop by for some low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, Zach, you picked the absolute wrong week to tune in because I don't feel confident about any of the picks or opinions I'm going to give in this show because of the fucking sticky stuff. You can't cap that, right?
Tough. Very, very. Dan Kelly in the house. Flipper 13, Lance LaRose. Clint started Die Hard MMA podcast. Steve Priest, Mr. Gogster will be our special guest here shortly. We got North Ender, Jim Nation, Red Girl, Michael Irvalina. So many great cappers. Matty Ice in the house. Guillermo Zertucci, Turnsy, Jacksonville Zoe. Thank you guys. I need money, says Loshak the Legend.
Shout out to you.
Here's our Nutflush Allen as well, because he will be at the Giants game tonight, and we'll be watching batting practice and watching for all the cappers details, and we'll throw them up on Twitter. I love hearing that. Serious business. Great to see everyone. DC Smith from West 93. Oh, man. Were they ever monsters? Until they had to change their name to the Cocoa Brothers. That was a bad switch.
Oh, man.
That was a very bad switch.
All right, let me close all my 15 sticky stuff research tabs here so I can get to the tabs that we're going to talk about for the game. It's unbelievable. All right, here we go. I got the lines up. Sticky tab from Roto World, from Sports Illustrated, from ESPN. Close all that. All right, Jim, whenever you want to go, we can go.
Let's get to work right now. We also have Jose, our producer, who's been keeping a very close eye on spin rates. Christopher Gargaro, close eye on spin rates. David Sharpie. We have so many guys in our cappers in our chat. They're keeping a very close eye on the spin rates to help us out.
We can talk about it because, of course, Monday was when the official crackdown began, but the unofficial crackdown, of course, began a few weeks ago. We already have seen the spin rates declining, right? We've already seen the peripheral numbers increasing. So I swear this is like probably the single worst day that I would choose for me to be on a handicapping show for the MLB season. You know what I mean? Like today, tomorrow, maybe, but it's not even going to be till next Monday that I'm going to really be betting with confidence again. You know what I'm saying?
I do. We should definitely tread with caution. Razor Sharp Picks Gamblers First Glance is locked and loaded. Can't wait to talk today's baseball games. And Kev Riley. My 60th birthday starts with Jimmy the Bag and Loshak. Kev Riley. Looks like we will have a birthday pick. The first birthday pick with Lotals back in action. But we don't rush genius.
Okay. I was missing that because I was thinking in my brain, I was like, have I been ruining the content by harping too much on how pissed I am about sticky stuff? I'm like, no I think it's
important.
It's okay.
Okay, let's get right to work. We have a huge card ahead of us. And one of the great things of Lotals Loshak is he keeps the pace brisk. And
yes.
We can do it in an hour and a half. Let's get right to work. 1:10 p.m. Eastern. Cincinnati Reds at Minnesota Twins. I came very close twice, like literally within inches of betting the Minnesota Twins, and I held back. Reds are 35-36, 19-20 on the road. Twins 31-41, 15-21 at home. We're at Target Field, Minneapolis, Minnesota. 70 Fahrenheit, clear, 5 miles per hour out to left field. We have Miley going up against Bailey Ober. I backed Bailey in his last start, and it was a nice 7-2 win at the Mariners. He only went 4 innings, allowed just 1 hit and 6 Ks. They didn't want him to see the lineup a third time. Miley's been good this year. I find him so tricky, Pete. 6-4. 2.88 ERA, 1.09 WHIP, 68 2/3, 56 Ks, 19 walks, 5 home runs. His last start was good at the Padres, but they don't hit lefties. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 homers, 2 walks, 5 Ks. We'll get into more statistical analysis in a second. Let's hear what you think about this spot, Pete. Reds.
Okay, this is not an official lean. This is what would be an official lean if we weren't in the situation that I've already talked too much about today. But I would be leaning under. The Ober guy is okay. Miley's okay. They played a late game last night, and it's a decent total of 9. So I'd be leaning under. If we weren't in the weird situation, I mean, I could easily see Miley has a history of getting crushed his whole career, unexpectedly. And so this week, I'm not going to bet it. I didn't bet it, and I don't think I'm going to. If we weren't in where we were, I would be leaning under though.
The Twinkies open up at -108 at Pinnacle. They're now -125. They've been there at -125 for a while. Yeah. That's what I was offered a few hours ago when I almost pulled the trigger. This total opened up at 9.5 and has moved down to 9. The Twinkies smash lefties, 257, 762 OPS, but the Reds smash righties, 254, 758 OPS.
And the Reds bullpen is coming off of, they're in general kind of crappy, but they're coming off a nice start. So I'd be leaning Minnesota as well. But, again, it's just, and factoring in the sticky stuff with this guy 6'8", it's just, a pass for me.
Very tricky. I understand the pass there, and the Twins bullpen, 4.72 ERA, 1.37 WHIP, converted 18.29. Not so good either. Let's see if we can get a quick look at where the cash is here in this spot. Here we go. We have – how many tickets are in? Here we go. Why aren't they giving me the tickets? Oh, here we go. We got tickets. Okay, so we have 4,337 tickets in. We have 41% of the money line tickets on the Twins, 47% of the cash. So Reds getting back. And then the over-under tickets are split, but 89% of the cash is on the under, and that's why it's moved from 9.5 to 9.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely be leaning under. Even now, I'll say I lean under, although it's definitely not a bet.
Okay, I think I'm just. I don't think I can. Over? No, God, no. I was just thinking of betting on the Twins full game, but.
You gave me a free bet. I had to bet it on the side. I would take the Twins, sure, but
Alan Action says Kepler being back is a nice boost to the lineup. He should be better than before he went on the IL. Okay, I'm just going to leave that as a lean right now. Not enough for me to pull the trigger. That's the lone afternoon game. Pete, one problem I've had in my past is that I reach just to have the afternoon action, just to enjoy my life that much more. I've stopped doing that. I don't need to have afternoon action to enjoy my life, although it certainly helps.
Yeah, I mean, afternoon games are a tricky beast. I find that there's a lot of like A, expect the unexpected, and B, the odd, obvious low-hanging fruit in day games. There's sometimes when a team is just definitely not going to show up, and you can get big value on day games. Also, expect the unexpected, especially with totals in day games. So,
Let's move on to our first night spot. This was also a bet I nearly made, but I still deemed it too expensive, and that's betting on the Chicago White Sox, 43-29, 16-17 on the road at the Pittsburgh Pirates, 25-45, but 15-20 at home. We're at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 65 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 8 miles per hour out to right center. We have Giolito up against Tyler Anderson. Giolito 5-5, 3.86 ERA, 1.10 WHIP. Has 81 2/3 under his belt this year, 103 Ks, 27 walks, 16 home runs allowed. His last start was a quality start. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 homer, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 8-7 extra inning win versus the Rays. Tyler Anderson on the other side, he just got roughed up by the Nats in his last start. He's had a okay year, 4.89 ERA, 1.26 WHIP. Last start he allowed 6 earned runs. And quickly looking at where the line stands right now, this total opened up at 7.5. It's now at 8. And the White Sox opened up at minus 169. They're now minus 183 at Pinnacle. What are your thoughts here in this spot, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely thinking White Sox, even at that line. But if the game plays out in the way that I think it will, which would give them value, then the team total overs are probably better. So I did bet small already, the full game and the first 5 White Sox team total over, both of them, just small and modest. Full game was 4.5, and the first 5 was 2.5 at plus money. Also a slight lean to the full game, to the first 5 over at 4. In general, I'm leaning overs here. I'm not a believer in Anderson and Giolito. Has been giving up home runs. He's obviously got a great arm. It's always tough betting on him to get hit, but I haven't bet the overs for both teams yet. Just the White Sox team total overs. I don't know if I want to make them official picks here yet. I'm going to give some official picks no matter what in this show, but I will let you know that I did bet both first 5 and full game team total overs for the White Sox.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. My 4.5 is slightly juiced to the under.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a first 5 team total, but that the first 5 over 4 also is I think a strong look.
It's one of those situations where if Giolito comes in and is lights out, which is not a surprise, which would not be a surprise, although it would not be a shock. It would be a little surprising. You could easily get all 4 and get a push the other way. That would not be a surprise either. So, yeah.
Sharpie says he leans over Giolito on the spin rate list. He's going to get hit, and we know Anderson is going to give his up. Reginald Lucas says White Sox run line. I wouldn't talk you off of it. I just didn't pull the trigger. Just didn't feel very confident. I do like that first 5 over 4 rather than the full game personally because the bullpens are being quite good, especially the White Sox bullpen. I think I'm going to tail you, Pete, on this spot. I want to just talk a little bit more. Let's see where the cash is.
Okay.
9% of the tickets on the Pirates, 7% of the cash. And then we have 59% of the tickets on the under and 51% of the cash.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me nervous taking overs at PNC Park ever, but I did bet them, and probably before this show is out, I'll make it an official play. But, that's what I did.
First 5 over 4, I'm very close to moving on. I'm going to put a lowercase L right there. Okay. Steve Priest says White Sox use Monday as a rest and relax day. Fully expect us to come ready to go.
Yeah.
Quote, unquote.
I mean, I do think that, if you expect Anderson to get hit and the White Sox to be live, then taking them on the run line is, probably, I think it's highly unlikely that they win by 1 run only.
Yeah, well put. Absolutely well put. Well put. Okay, so This 1.5, I'll put a bigger L there. Okay. All right. Nice work so far, Pete. We move to Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland, 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Houston Astros, 44-28, 18-15 on the road at the Orioles, 23-49, 12-24 at home. We're at 72 Fahrenheit, overcast, 8 miles per hour in Greinke versus Jorge Lopez. Greinke coming off an okay start at home versus Texas. 5 2/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 home run, 2 walk, 4 Ks. In an 8-4 win at home. Greinke, 3.74, 1.14 whip on the season. Jorge Lopez coming off a tough start at the Indians. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 homers allowed. A 5.95 ERA, 1.49 whip overall, but he seems to be better at home than on the road. But the Astros, 270, 796 OPS versus righties compared to the Orioles at just 219, 660 OPS. And the Orioles bullpen completely falling apart. Falling apart. Take it away, Pete. What do you think here, Astros Orioles?
Definitely, not a believer in Lopez at all. So leaning Houston -1 and Houston first 5 team total over for sure. Both of those. I haven't bet either of them yet, but and don't worry. It's this. I said in the beginning. This is. I feel ill at ease. I feel uncomfortable and uncertain for today's card in general overall. But I will have official picks. We're analyzing the games, we're breaking them down, and don't worry, I'm not going to punk out. I'll give official picks, a bunch of them, by the end of this show. But yeah, those are my leans. Haven't bet it yet, and might make one or both of those an official play.
There's been a 14-cent market move at Pinnacle towards the Orioles, opening at -188, now at -174. From a totals perspective, the first 5's gone from 4.5 to 5, but the full game's gone from 10 to 9.5.
Yeah, I see no reason to not expect Lopez to be just as vulnerable as ever in this spot. That's my only real analysis here.
And we have 57% of the tickets on the over, 77% of the cash on the over. Yeah, it's moved from 10 to 9.5. 89% of the tickets, 5,850 in. So this is a good one. By the way, that the Giolito Anderson, we had 7,000 tickets in to look at where the market was. So that was the best. That's the most of any of these games so far. We have, in this Greinke spot, 89% of the tickets on the Astros money line, 80% of the cash. And do you think that?
I just want to say, in general, when there's uncertainty, I'm even more loath to bet big favorites. I'm always leaning at least a little bit towards underdog lines.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. So important. We have the taint in. I repeat, the taint is in right now. Taint out.
Oh.
Giants money line at +110. San Francisco hitters are fire right now. 4 hitters in the top 25 over the last 7 days, and Disco Funny is being fired as well. Let's go. So I'm going to copy and paste that. While I'm copying and pasting that, Pete, let's attack this next.
Well, you don't want to talk about. We can't comment on that. We can't even comment on that game.
We have the games in order on the top of the screen.
Okay, so I understand. Marketing is all ultimately about marketing. I hear you. Go in order.
We'll get to it. But right now, let's talk Royals, Yankees while I copy and paste that last look. Brady Singer versus Garrett Cole. I'm high on Brady Singer, but he left his last start with an injury. Yeah. He's coming right back now, and that it makes me hesitant. We also know Garrett Cole is dealing with the spin rate issues.
Yeah.
AC this total opened up at 8. It's now at 7.5. Let's go to full game money lines and totals here very quickly. And the Yankees open up at -272. They're now at -270. So just 2-cent move the other way. Any feel here?
Yeah, I mean, Cole, giving up home runs now, openly, concerned about the sticky stuff. I believe there were emails leaked before, like from years ago, where he was like trying to locate a sticky stuff dealer in road parks and stuff. So definitely lean. I mean, at one point, I think the most recent repeated low-hanging fruit bet that I recall was betting first 5 team total unders on any team facing Garrett Cole. 1.5 at -180. I'll take it over and over and over again, including in the playoffs and everything. Right now, I'd be leaning over and KC at this line. I haven't bet him yet, but that's definitely how I'm thinking.
There's the advantage against right-handed batters is the Kansas City or right-handed pitcher, is the Kansas City Royals. 242, 697 OPS compared to 228, 698 OPS. Yeah. The Yankees bullpen being excellent all year long, 3.06 ERA, 1.12 whip. Royals bullpen at 4.11 ERA, 1.34 whip. And Cole's last start, 3-2 win at Toronto. Had a lot of eyes on him with the spin rate issues. 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 solo shots, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Mally Mal saying Yankees solo team total over 4.5. Jose says the Yankees should not be minus 230 against anyone.
Right, yes. And especially in this environment, we haven't bet it yet. Definitely leaning over and definitely leaning KC at that line.
86% of the money line tickets right now on the Yankees, 94% of the cash, 54% of the tickets on the over, and 60% of the cash on the over. Jared Trader says value on Royals. Perhaps no way I can bet against Cole at home. Yankees should smash. Matty Ice says free bet. I'm on KC all day. Says value's definitely on KC.
What's even more a little bit tempting is just thinking about it. If Cole, sticky stuff and all that, he's still a stud, right? But if he gets hit, maybe KC on the alternative run line at like plus 400.
Yeah.
Thinking out loud here, Jimmy the Bag.
Well, as you should, as we can. And with the help of the great cappers in the chat, we work together to defeat the Juice. I'm making no move on KC Royals, New York Yankees. I have made 3 bets on 2 games so far. They haven't come up yet. Let's move to 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Pete, Washington Nationals at Philadelphia Phillies. We're at Citizens Bank Park, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 68 Fahrenheit overcast, 7 miles per hour, sideways in. And do we have Scherzer confirmed? We must, because the market is out and the total is at 6.5. So we are waiting for this. The market is just available now. Waiting. We knew Scherzer had told the press that he was pitching today, but there was, they were waiting to see if it came to fruition. Books obviously don't want to put out a Scherzer line and Scherzer get pulled and have all these cappers saying action. Wheeler opening up at minus 129 at Pinnacle, so it's just come out with a total at 6.5. Scherzer. Last start was just 1 batter on April 11th, left with a groin injury. You talk about when it's not an upper body injury, how that leads you towards backing pitchers off of a break.
Did I tell you that?
I thought you did that last show.
That's one of my semi-secrets. Okay, fine. Don't tell anyone else, though, okay? And whoever's watching right now, don't fucking tell anyone. Jesus Christ. Yeah, in general, obviously it depends on a lot of other factors too, right? But, especially when you have like a veteran and especially a quality veteran, someone who's been around 10 years or something, that's the way I'm thinking. Yeah, for sure.
I cashed with Zach Wheeler last start, plus 120 first 5 at the Dodgers, going up against Kershaw. Kershaw's going up against Snell later in the day, and I can't wait to talk about that game. Wheeler 5-3, 2.15 ERA, 0.93 whip, 96 in the third, 118 Ks, 22 walks, 7 home runs on the season. He didn't allow a run in 6 innings against the Dodgers. He looked very good. Did walk 4 batters, but looked good. Phillies versus righties, just 231, 674 OPS, and the bullpen 4.36 ERA, 1.33 whip, converted 15 of 29. Let's go to baseball data. We haven't been hammering this. So one time I was like, something missing here from my analysis. Here we go. Let's go over to baseball data and see what we are dealing with in this spot. We have Wheeler. They're hitting 272. Nice average against them, but just 727 OPS and a huge sample size, 224 at-bats. And then against Scherzer, let me see if I can refresh it and get it here. Batter versus pitcher. Will they give it to us against Scherzer? No, not available at this time. Any thought on a move in this game, Pete?
I didn't. Well, last time I looked at this, there wasn't even a line out, so I have no real opinions. Obviously, Wheeler is the real deal, and Scherzer is who he is. So, but no opinion as of right now.
And very quickly, let's just look at what that first 5 be. I imagine we're going to be dealing with a 3 at a pick'em. Yeah. Very, very dangerous. Okay, we'll move on to 7:10 p.m. Eastern. Atlanta Braves 34-37, 14-17 on the road at the New York Mets 37-30, 21-8 at home. We're at Citi Field in Queens, New York. 67 Fahrenheit, overcast, 9 miles per hour, sideways in. Charlie Morton, Marcus Stroman. Morton coming off a beautiful start. I cashed on the full game under in that game 4-0 win at home versus the Cardinals. Morton 6-3, 4.03 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 82 K, 73 2/3, 26 walks, 7 home runs. His first really good start of the season, going up against Stroman, who's coming off a 2-0 loss at home to the Cubs. Went 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 home run, 1 walk, 8 Ks. The Braves hit righties hard. The Mets don't. You mentioned last week that you want unders full game at Citi Field. And since you've mentioned that, I don't know if any game has gone over there. I mean, I've been watching just unders nonstop. You have any feel for this spot, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, Stroman at some point this year, I think is going to be is going to start to get hit hard and might be a good fade. But as of right now, absolutely, legitimate, and probably, the way he pitches, the spin rate stuff will affect him less if it's something that he's benefited from. Morton, again, all those years ago, when Charlie Morton all of a sudden made that, inexplicable career change, I assumed it was the old stuff, the friggin' Trenbolone or whatever the hell it was. Maybe it was some kind of, the alien sticky stuff that was giving him the great, results. His last start was great, but I'm not a believer in him long-term this year, although this is not a spot where I'm looking to fade him slightly into the Mets as of right now, but I didn't bet that and probably won't. But, if you gave me a free play, I'd put it on the Mets. And at the total at 7, I couldn't touch it.
Yeah, I couldn't touch that total at 7 either. Against Morton, these Yankees are hitting 232, 683 OPS. Alan Action says Morton's been average at best all season. He's been bad. He's been bad all season, I believe. But last start was very, very good against a Cardinals team that's just not hitting. Against these Braves, Stroman looks nice. 232, 592 OPS, 13 for 56, and 1 extra base hit in those 13 is a homer by Kevin Smith. That's it.
I mean, my numbers say the Mets should be a favorite here, so I would definitely. But it's a low confidence number there, so my numbers say big value on the Mets, but low confidence, so it's a pass for me. As people who've watched my videos long term know, the confidence number is much more important than the actual expected value number.
Yeah, TJ says I don't see why we don't back the Mets first 5 here. Christopher Carr says Braves offense showed signs of life in Game 2. Stroman due for regression. Braves team total over may be a look. And Puzzler says Mets do very well at home. And Alan X says I was giving him benefit of the doubt, Jimmy. I would agree with you. Yeah, he's been weak. No move for me here, but we open up on a game next that I have doubled up. And I'm a little nervous because it's also the Jose Say play of the day, and I need to know, if I want to have a lot of confidence, I need to know that we're kind of on the same side here, Jose. So please welcome to the show, Jose Say play of the day. Jose, how are you?
I'm doing well, guys. I'm trying to keep up with this brisk pace, Pete. You're fucking flying.
I mean, my picks, but I'm best in the business at not wasting people's time. Absolutely.
Hey, I love that. Jimmy, I think I'm going to surprise you here, and I think we're on the same side here.
Whenever Eduardo Rodriguez has pitched so far, you have faded him. So I expect that right now to be the case. I'm just wondering if you're going team total overs or you're actually going to back the Rays. I did think it was going to be a bullpen day. It isn't. It's Andrew Kittredge getting it started, and then Ryan Yarbrough, the primary. Lots of exciting stuff in this baseball game. But let's let you take it away, Jose. What's your plan?
Yeah, Eduardo Rodriguez has been putrid for about 2 months now. It's been pretty sad. I love Eduardo. 1-4, 43 innings pitched with a, let me see it right here, a 7.63 ERA. That's not what you want. There's always traffic. We're playing at Tropicana, and I don't know if lineups have come out yet, but we've got the superstar Wander Franco coming out. And Wander's the truth. He's the next guy. He's your Bryce Harper level guy. He's very, very good. And if he starts, I think they'll get a nice boost from it. And I think, honestly, Jimmy, I told you I doubled up on this game. Last night, I bet this game, -110, the Rays were. I put it in the Discord, too, to give all the homies some love. -110 for the Rays. I thought that was insane. Now I'm looking at Pinnacle -122. We can talk about the money movements more with all your numbers as well. But Jimmy, I'm going to give out the biggest plus money dog I think we've given out on this show. I'm going to give. Wow, the lines have completely changed on me. Jesus, what a joke! I was going to give out Rays first half -0.5, and I looked at Pinnacle, Jimmy. I looked at it 5 times, and it said plus 263 for their first half money line. I can promise you on God that it said that, and now it's at a whole minus. But I'll take them first 5 plus 120 money line Rays. And if I'm going to double up here, I take them full game too. I take them full game. I'm pretty confident the Rays win today. I think that they knock up Mr. Rodriguez and a bullpen day for the Red Sox, which will hurt them for the series.
And your look on the Rays first 5 is -120, right? -120?
It is. I'm looking at it. Money line is plus 120 on Pinnacle. Let me do a refresh real fast. Yeah, money line's first half. I've got it plus 120 Tampa Bay Rays.
Wow, because that's not -0.5.
No, this is straight up. Yeah, the -0.5 earlier before the show, I wrote it down and it was plus like 263. It was something weird. I even thought it was a mistake, honestly. But
I think that is a mistake. I'm not used to Pinnacle giving 40 cents better than every other book.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just that. That's a 3-way. That's a 3-way line. So if it's a draw, then you lose.
Okay, so but yeah, I thought that was insane too, guys. Like plus 260, but it's different now. So I'm just gonna go with Ray's first half money line plus 120. Keep it simple.
It's not. But sorry, just to repeat, that's a 3-way money line, Jose.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it is -0.5.
So it's minus
okay,
half.
That's fine. Okay, then that's fine then.
Okay, cool.
Minus a half and plus 120. Sorry.
No worries, all good.
But yeah, I just think the Rays will come out early. I think they hit Eduardo. He's still trying to figure it out. So I'll keep it simple, Rays today, and then the Red Sox hopefully take the rest of the games.
So we have Pinnacle offering a -122 on the full game. I also jumped on at -110. I love it. It's -125 now at my books. We beat that move by 15 cents. I got the first 5 didn't come out until about an hour and 20 minutes ago, so I got first 5 -115. I'll take it. But I like this spot too. El Patron, the boss. And this guy is just a monster. He batted .315 with a .954 OPS, 7 homers, 6 triples, 11 doubles, 35 RBIs, and just 21 strikeouts for a 20-year-old in 39 games in Durham. And he's always just been a monster. In the Appalachian League as a 17-year-old in 2018, everybody's at least 3 years older than him. .351 with a 1.004 OPS, had a 25-game hitting streak. He hit for the cycle one game. He had a 53-game on-base streak. The consensus #1 prospect in Major League Baseball, Wander Franco. So I also think that's going to spark the team, again, with a gas station kind of pushing me into this direction, because I needed to change everything to succeed in baseball. And one of the things is not caring about what happened yesterday or the day before that, unless it's a travel situation, not believing momentum in baseball. And maybe it shouldn't be so extreme, but I don't care that the Rays are on this losing streak. What do you think, Pete, about Jose and I both backing the Rays first 5 in full game?
Yeah, well, the first 5 I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I mean, I bet the Rays full game, and I bet them first 5 team total over at 1.5 at like -155, and the full game team total over at 3.5. Again, it's more fate of Rodriguez than about the new guy coming up. Yarbrough is hittable, so I'm not sure why you guys like the first 5 so much, although it's a fate of Rodriguez. But if you like that, then you would definitely like the first 5 team total over. But yeah, I bet it 3 ways. Maybe I'll give them official plays 3 ways. I bet the Rays money line full game. I bet the first 5 team total over and the full game team total over as well.
I like it. My 3.5's at -140.
This is dangerous.
I wish I had
real dangerous.
I wish I had got on it earlier. But I like Yarbrough. Yarbrough has great numbers when he doesn't start, although that's not as bad this year as in years past.
It's not. I'm not. I don't disagree with it. Let's put it that way.
I like it. And the Rays bullpen has been just absolutely spectacular of late. 3.01 ERA, 1.13 WHIP overall on the season. Okay, let's just quickly take a look at the
Well, let me make an official play then. I'll make one quick official play. I'll take Tampa Bay on the full game money line. I'll give 121, even though I'm seeing some shit books that are a little bit better than that. I'll give 121. Rays official play minus 121.
All right, Pete has an official play in here. Tampa minus 121.
And I'll throw on the first 5 team total over 1.5. I'm seeing minus 155.
We're all on this. This is dangerous, guys. Everything I've seen so far, I've liked. I've liked their team totals over, first 5 team totals over. This is getting dangerous.
Yep. All right. I went on it 2 ways. If it loses, it loses. All right. It's a tough day. We're all on it.
Yeah, we're all doubled up on it.
I like it. We got Dennis Trusty in the house joining us. We have DJ Big Boss, Jaquan Foster. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so
this is an official 3-clown play. A tri-clown play. We got 3 clowns all on the same side.
Tri-clown action here.
Tri-clown action. Me, Jimmy, and Jose.
The Rays are hitting 297 with an 869 OPS against Eduardo Rodriguez, and I think that we are in a nice spot. Let's just see where all of the cash is here. We have 3,757 tickets in, 79% of the tickets on the Rays, 77% of the cash, and 65% of the tickets, 76% of the cash on the over.
Yeah, that's
on
classic.
The over. All right, tri-clown action, and Jose, you are very streaky. In the last little bit, you've gone on a 3-game winning streak, a 3-game losing streak, a 5-game winning streak, and now you're on a 3-game losing streak. You are overall sitting here at 9-10, down 1.24 units ROI, down 6.53%. Average line minus 101. So nice low vig average line. Best of luck to you, Jose. Get paid in full, my friend. And if you get paid, that means we all get paid.
Yeah, I know. Hey, and just remember, Jimmy, one more thing before I leave. Sure. Tonight, 5 p.m., game of my life, Jimmy. Most important game of my life. The Venezuela baseball team plays the Dominican Republic in the start of their Olympic qualifiers, the last one. Winners go to the Olympics. First time Venezuela will ever go to the Olympics in anything. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but I think it is. So the game of my life, Jimmy. So that's where my eyes will be. So if you guys see Venezuela playing today, I want you guys to think of me and just know that I'm freaking the fuck out somewhere.
I'm going to look into that game before maybe I'll make a tweet if I have an opinion on it and wish you good luck and tell you all my play is. That sounds exciting.
Hey, thank you. Venezuela plus 120. There's your play right there.
I remember when I started capping Mexican baseball, I was like, damn, this is like easier than the MLB.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Go get that cash. Much love, Jose. There he is. Jose, say hey. Play of the day is a double up. Full game minus 122. First 5 minus a half at plus 120. Double up on the Rays. Pete is also on the full game minus 121 and the first 5 team total over 1.5 minus 155. I locked in the full game minus 110. Put that out last night, and I'm on the Rays first 5 at minus 115.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Clown play.
7:10 p.m.
3 clowns all in agreement.
It is the tri-clown play of the day. 7:10 p.m. Eastern. This is a very, very interesting game here that I was staring at for so long and did not make a move. St. Louis Cardinals 36-36, 17-21 on the road at the Detroit Tigers, 30-42, 15-19 at home. Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan, 67 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 7 miles per hour, sideways. We have Johan Oviedo coming off his first nice start in the majors. It was in that 1-0 home win over the Marlins last week. 7 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 4 Ks, no 1-0 home win. Oviedo, 4.58 ERA, 1.39 whip. Going up against Treek Scooball, and the guys in the show, watching the show, know that I'm high on Scooball, and I think that we get value backing him, especially after how bad he was off the start of the year. He was the 2019 minor league pitcher of the year in the Detroit Tigers system, and he's coming off an okay start. I hit my first 5 under, but I also took the Tigers plus 120 first 5 and lost that. So 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 homers, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 6-5 win at the Royals. And the Cardinals were smashing lefties, Pete. They were destroying lefties, and then that just stopped. Dead. Yeah. They're now hitting 204 with a 586 OPS versus lefties over their last 15 days. So I could understand. I almost moved on the Tigers. I saw that full game at 9. I almost moved on the under. It's now at 8.5. Do you have any feel for this spot?
Yeah, we might have some clownish agreement here, Jimmy the Bag. I'm definitely leaning Detroit. Oviedo's fine, but I don't like this spot for him. Skubal, I'm vaguely high on. I still think there's a lot of kinks for him to work out, but I think this is a relatively better spot for him than normal. My numbers say that Detroit should be the favorite. I did bet Detroit. Maybe I'll give it as an official pick. It's I like Detroit here. I bet it. There's a lot of uncertainty, but I bet it anyway. Again, my numbers say decent value with Detroit, but relatively low certainty, relatively low confidence. So I'm not sure if I want to make that an official play, but I like Detroit here as a dog.
So do I. And Matty Ice, though, says Cards minus 120 is way too good a value. I think there's a reason that it's sitting there at that price, and that's that I think Oviedo gets touched here, and the Cards are just ice cold with the sticks. Tigers bullpen's obviously a problem.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the only one I really see. We have 60% of the tickets and 61% of the cash on the Cardinals, 57% of the tickets, 70% of the cash on the under. That's why it's gone to the under. Let's see what the market move has done here. Full game. Well, why don't we look at? I'll look at first five first here with Detroit because I find that appealing. Focusing on fading Oviedo minus 110, minus 115 a bookmaker. Let's see. Did it open? Yeah, look, 11-cent move on the first five of bookmaker. That's a big move for them.
Yeah. Look, I bet it. I'll, admit that it's a lean, but I don't know if I want to give it official,
I think that I'm going to put my money where my mouth is with Tariq Skubal. I've been talking highly of him ever since he got out of the gate with that just atrocious start. And I think that he's quite a strong young lefty.
He's a little bit what's that guy? The guy for the Dodgers who's has a ton of hype, but Urias. He's a little Urias-esque according to my numbers.
Yeah, I mean that's great. I mean if he's anything like Urias, even though Urias hasn't been quite as good this year, I like hearing that.
Yeah.
And Matty Ice says Cards is officially on his card.
Okay. Yeah.
Allen says Cards can't hit their way out of a paper bag. Sharpie says Cards are 30th in MLB versus left-handed pitching last 15 days. Detroit 13th last 15 days. I'm on Detroit first five plus 105. Getting Detroit first five plus 105 was a great move. It's not available for me at all at that number, and I wonder if I should just be penalized. It's minus 110 now. Should I be penalized moving on that? I don't know. Matty Ice says, seems like the whole chat is against me. No, I don't think. I don't think the whole chat is against you at all. I just see.
I mean, look, yeah, it's. I think it's not a great spot for Oviedo, but if he has another 7-inning shutout start, I would not at all be even surprised.
Okay, I'm just going to leave this as a lean. I wish I was getting plus money. First five is at minus 110. We'll leave that as a lean.
I just don't like grounders guys who have issues with control on the road. You know what I mean? Those guys are very they can sort of implode at any time, especially on the road.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. I'm very close to moving on. I just wish I had the balls to move earlier. Let's move on to 7:10 p.m. Eastern. Toronto Blue Jays, 35-35, 22-19 on the road at the Marlins, 31-40, 16-14 at home. Lone Depot Park, Miami, Florida. It's very humid in Miami today. I expect the roof to be closed. Ross Stripling has been pitching well, going up against Sandy Alcantara, and I've been pronouncing his name wrong for many moons. And I apologize for that. 4-6, 3.09 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, 93 in the third, 87 Ks, 25 walks, 8 homers. The Jays smashed righties, and they got to Alcantara last start. But he's a very good pitcher, and he's very good at home. And I'm certainly hesitant to move on the Jays here. Let's just see what they are, full game, money line, and totals, and then let's hear if Loshak has a feel on this.
I'll tell you right now, pass for me.
And what makes you uncomfortable here? The fact that Alcantara is so dangerous at home and the Jays are much better with the sticks than.
Yeah, I mean, Marlins? The Jays are obviously a much better team, but both of these guys make me very nervous with regard to the sticky stuff situation. So it's just a pass for me.
Makes sense. Marlins open up at minus 105. They're now minus 116, so 11-cent move over there at Pinnacle. Let's just quickly go to baseball data. Stripling, 280, 717 OPS, 7 for 25 against them. And Alcantara, they're hitting 300 with a 777 OPS. So hits, but no homers. And Vladdy did homer off him last start. Steve Priest says, Vladimir Guerrero, 23 homers, tied for first, leads MLB in on base and slugging percentage, makes $605K this season. I mean, that's what MLB does. The Dirty K prop of the day is
shit.
Shit. The Dirty K prop of the day is in. That is in the.
That's a dope track. Is that an original or is that in the public domain?
We'll have to ask our man on the ones and twos, Jose.
Yeah.
He delivered.
Very public domain.
Oh,
Very
man.
public domain.
I like that.
So, and Steve Priest Alcantara, 2.38 ERA at home, stripling 9 Ks in his last start. Josh CT says, all I like today is Chris Flexen, K-Prop in Seattle. I've taken a long look at that game, too. I'm very excited getting to those late games. Okay, so no move, Jays, Marlins, and the sticky stuff situation is the spider tack is an issue here in this spot. Okay, Pete, I came close to fading Kyle Hendricks here. The Cleveland Indians, Chicago Cubs tonight did not have the balls to pull the trigger. Indians 40-30, 20-17 on the road at the Cubs, 40-33, 25-13 at home at Wrigley Field, Chicago, Illinois. 71 Fahrenheit clear, 6 miles per hour, sideways out to the left field pole. Eli Morgan has looked bad, and his minor league numbers aren't that good. And we've seen the Indians deal with bullpen days every fifth day, and they don't trust their starting rotation. So it doesn't. I know they're a pitching factory, but it doesn't. When I look at Eli Morgan, I think that this is due to lack of money rather than really believing in this kid, this 25-year-old.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Eli Morgan?
He's one of those pitchers who, on the numbers doesn't have big league stuff, but there are some guys who outperform their stuff. Kyle Hendricks is one of them. Kyle Hendricks is a perfect example. There's other guys like I can't remember the guy's name. They tend to be, like 5'10" guys as opposed to the 6'4" guys, and he's always kind of outperformed his stuff at every level, and guys like that, tend to be better, in their rookie seasons or their first 10 starts or 10 appearances, stuff like that. So it's, he's got some legit deception. I mean, that's not that, and that's a legit skill. So I don't really want to fade him. I don't really want to bet on him. If anything, I'd have a lean to the under. I didn't bet it, but that is kind of a lean, though. I think he might be better here than from what we've seen from him, and Hendricks is pretty reliable. 9 is a pretty solid total, so lean to the under, actually, but I definitely didn't bet it.
It has moved 8.5. We've seen that move 8.5, so your feel there was absolutely right. I just feel like Hendricks at minus 200.
No. Yeah. Especially, I mean, guys like Morgan, when they come up to the majors, even if they don't belong there, they only don't belong there by a hair. You know what I mean? So, betting against those guys at, minus 200 or, minus 250 or whatever, just because they, don't have great stuff and got crushed in their first appearance is always a little bit of a treacherous thing to do, a little bit of a tricky trap situation.
We got Mills, MMA Locker Room. He's on Astros Yankees parlay, says don't overthink it, get paid. Rich G says Indians lost another starter last night. Bullpen pitched 6 innings last night. They will pitch another 6 innings tonight. Bullpen depleted and exhausted. Don't trust the Indians or the under. Steve Priest on Cubs, team total over. I don't need to risk here. Hendricks coming off a really nice start. He went up against Stroman. 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, and a 2-0 win at the Mets. Indians hit righties a little harder than the Cubs, marginally. Both bullpens very good. Cubs bullpen so good. Let's just go to this baseball data quick. The Cubbies haven't seen Eli Morgan, and the Indians are hitting 233 to 639 OPS. So I guess there'll be no move for me. I wonder if that first 5 total is up for grabs, Pete. Do you have any interest in that first 5?
What? Oh, I'm leaning under. So if I was going to, but it's 8.5 now. Yeah. All right.
But what about the first 5? The first 5 has not. It went from 5 to 4.5.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't take that, because the full game 9 is one of those things where you could get, you see this all the time. Hendricks comes in 7 innings, 1 run. Morgan does get hit, 5 innings, 4 or 5 runs, but it still sneaks under,
No, I hear you. Okay, so no move for us in Indians, Cubs. Let's move on to 8:05 p.m. Eastern with the Oakland Athletics 44-30, 19-12 on the road at the Texas Rangers 26-46, 16-19 at home. Globe Life Field, Arlington, Texas. I'm having such difficulty getting roof information in Texas, so I don't know. I expect the roof to be closed, but I don't have that information. Cole Irvin, Pete, I find so tricky.
Yeah.
I've just let go of Cole Irvin starts now. I can't figure out when he's going to be excellent. When I watch him with the eye test, he throws 91. It looks very hittable, and he's a big guy, so I expect more. I don't know what to do with him, and I don't know what to do with the primary, Jordan Lyles, at all. I find this a very tricky game. You have any feel for A's Rangers?
No, it's a pass for me. Is Lyles? I thought Lyles was getting a rest. Is he? He's the primary.
RotoWire has him listed as the primary.
Okay. No, this is another one. A pass for me. I would say Irvin in general is a guy that I'm looking for spots to fade, not necessarily looking for spots to bet on him. But he's definitely capable of the 6-inning, 2-run starts, a third of the time, and this could easily be one of those. So this is a pass for me.
It opened at minus 145 for the A's, down to minus 130, so a 15-cent move over to the Rangers. It opened under 9. And now it's over 9 with this spot. Taylor Hearn, 1.56 ERA, 45 Ks and 35 in the third. 8 home runs allowed in those 35 in the third. His last appearance was pretty good. 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 K. Before that, his 3 previous appearances, he allowed a homer in each start. Lyles allowed 5 earned runs, 4 homers, and 8-4 loss at the Astros, but the Astros are just raking. So no spot for me. Guillermo, are you okay, my man? Are you okay, Guillermo? Guillermo, talk to us. You're pressing the L button over and over again. Okay. I know that Guillermo doesn't spam. Oh, he's been timed out.
I can't see the comments, so I realize now that. Okay, go ahead, Jim.
Okay. All right. So no move here in our Rangers A's spot, and from a money perspective, 71% of the tickets on the A's, 68% of the cash on the A's, and yet a market move towards the Rangers. And then another interesting spot here, 33% of the tickets on the under, 96% of the cash. And let's take, there's only 2,458 tickets in, so not a ton of tickets in for that. Okay, let's move on to 9:38 p.m. Eastern, and we get to the TAINT play of the day, coming off another winner on Friday, Nats full game, and him being on the full game helped me jump on the full game. I was already on the first 5 that pushed, full game cash. He's now 29 wins, 16 losses, 64.4% cash rate for TAINT. And you wanted to talk about it, Pete. He's on the San Francisco Giants money line with DeSclafani going up against Heaney. What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah. That's definitely the way I am leaning strongly. Heaney is a big fastball pitcher, fly ball guy, and it's the sticky stuff. It is probably going to hurt. It's an educated guess, but I'm guessing that would hurt him a lot more than a guy like DeSclafani, who is like a change of pace guy. Is a big changeup is his big pitch. DeSclafani's obviously been pitching great, except for that one hiccup, and you're getting them as a dog. It's a little bit suspicious. I'm scratching my head a little bit. I actually haven't bet it yet, but definitely leaning San Francisco here. First 5 and full game.
Because the Giants smash lefties, 239, 748 OPS. Angels are doing great against righties, 258, 780, 753 OPS. Giants bullpen has been so good of late. Wow.
Yeah. That's why I like full game and first 5 equally.
And Andrew Heaney coming off an okay start at the A's. The A's have been hitting lefties very hard of late as well. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Okay, well, let's take a look at this a little more. Don't want to be leaving money on the table. This total opened up at 8.5, now at 9. Heaney and the Angels open up at minus 128. They're now minus 124. And then let's just see the baseball data here. Against DeSclafani, they're hitting 250 with a 708 OPS. Against Heaney, 200, 459 OPS. Just 5 for 25. But Rich G says wind blowing out 10 miles per hour to right in Angel Stadium. Yeah, and very nice weather for offense here.
Yeah, I was also thinking about the Giants team total over as well. Yeah.
Let's see what that is here very quickly over. I bet 365.
Yeah, 4.5, 120 or something, I think. Oh, no, 4.5 at plus money. Yeah.
Plus 105.
All right, yeah. Yeah. Definitely leaning Giants, first 5 full game and team total over.
Yeah, I like both of those looks. So the taint, I'm going to jump on the taint first off. Giants full game. And then that team total over 4.5 is pretty appealing at plus 110.
Or the first 5, which is 1.5 at the old minus 160 price.
Nutflush Allen says makes no sense why Giants are dogs. He will be live at the game.
Right, and that's why shout out to Nutflush Allen. If a line doesn't make sense to you, if a market line doesn't make sense to you, and you don't have a reasonably decent answer why it is where it is, that's not a good sign. Doesn't mean you're wrong, just saying it's not a good sign.
All right, so 2 moves there. For sure, the full game, but I don't see why I wouldn't go take that team total over 4.5 as well. Get to that Angels bullpen, 4.83 ERA, 1.44 whip, 16 of 28. All right, this is the other move that I made.
You want to make it a double clown play? You'll go on it if I'll go on it officially?
Yes, I'll double clown this. Right?
Yeah, you'll double clown it with me?
Of course, man. Get my red nose out.
All right, let's do it. San Francisco, team total over 4.5. What are we getting?
Team total over 4.5 at plus 105 or plus 105.
I'm seeing 108 at Pinnacle. Let's give ourselves that.
Sure.
I kind of like the first 5 over though more because if they don't get to Heaney, that's I know the Angels pen is iffy, but I wouldn't be wanting runs in a night game in Anaheim.
Well, I'm not surprised. I don't think this line is fishy personally. The Angels are 21-17 at home. The Giants have been eating at home as well. I mean, they have a nice road record, 22-16.
Yeah.
Heaney has completely shut down this Giants lineup in the past. So, if I was building this line, I would have the Angels as a slight home favorite. If I had a book, I don't find this line fishy.
The reason I don't is because my DeSclafani numbers. I don't think he's as good as my numbers say he is, but my numbers love DeSclafani here for this year, not career.
Yeah, for this year. So I don't feel. Let's just see. Did I mention where the numbers were? The cash was in this game. Oh, here we go. So we have 71% of the tickets on the Giants and 84% of the cash. Has it not moved enough? Is that why people are concerned? Let me just move over to what Pinnacle has done on this game.
Yeah, I mean, when I see my number deviating as much as this one does, and I can't really explain why. Again, that makes me nervous. It just makes me nervous, Jim.
So there's no reason to double up on this spot, if that's the case.
All right, we can. I take it back. We don't have to double clown it. I'll take Giants first 5 team total over. And I'll take it at let's see, what do we have here? Sorry, this is a little bit boring. Minus 158 at Pinnacle. I'll take that one, sure.
All right, I'm going to need more time because I think it's either the taint play of the day or the team total, and I do not want to have 2 units on this game. I can feel my palms just start leaking as I talk about it. So,
sorry, we move. False alarm. Not a double clowner.
Not a double clown. We move on 9:40 p.m. Eastern. I moved on the Brewers full game -1. I was ahead of the market on Freddie Peralta this year. I told everybody on this show that he was an ace.
Very nice.
He was barely their 3rd starter in the rotation, and he's been excellent this year. I loved his last 2 starts. Now, I guess they ended up winning the first start, but he was pulled after 4 innings because of a rain disruption. Then he goes back against the Reds again, a team that's smashing righties, and he shuts them down. They lose 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 6 Ks. I'm very impressed. I don't know what to do with Zach Gallen. I think that he's obviously coming back from an injury, and his numbers haven't been very good. And his last start at the Giants was not good. 2 2/3, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 home run, 1 walk, 3 Ks. But I believe that he can be better than he's looked. And these are the 2 worst teams in the league versus righties. And I knew this full game total would go down, and I probably should have moved on it. did not, much to my chagrin. But it's now at 7.5 at most books. The first 5 was available at some books at 4.5, not mine. It moved to 4. I held off there, and there's been a 3-cent move towards Arizona. I wonder if that should make me nervous. I got the -1 at -124, and the market, you could get a better one now. Have I made is this a dangerous spot?
Well, this is a pass for me. Zach Gallen, when he first came up, actually, I was doing SBR videos then. When Zach Gallen first came up, I was high on him and generally did well with him. But there's something off with him now. He's been making comments that are kind of weird. And, obviously his first start back was terrible. It's a pass for me. Sorry.
No problem. Let's just quickly go to I was close to moving on the first 5 -1/2, but I couldn't understand the market was moving so quickly towards Arizona. I thought it was a situation where I'd have to take a -1/2. -1/2, it was plus money. If I just took him on the money line, it was -130, and I was like, you know what? Why don't you just wait, talk it out with the guys? This Diamondbacks team is 1 for 29 against Peralta with a single. And
in retrospect, it might be low-hanging fruit, and all of us were like, why didn't we listen to him? Could easily be that way.
Yeah, let's see should this be a red flag spot? Let's see where the money is here. We have 78% of the tickets and 87% of the cash on Milwaukee, and the market's not moving. 46% of the tickets and 84% of the cash on the over, and it's gone down to 7.5. I'm only making the one bet that I made last night, and I'm a little nervous about it now. The market there's red flags all over this. Okay. We'll move on to a game I badly wanted to talk about, and look at our guy Mills. His daughter Nakara is turning 8 years old today, a birthday pick for his daughter. So we have Kev Riley and Nakara having birthdays today. Big job ahead of Pete Loshak.
Oh, no. So wait, a one birthday pick for his daughter?
Yes, and Kev Riley is also having a birthday, but Kev Riley didn't ask for one. So let's just say it's
okay, I'm not seeing the comments. What's his daughter's name?
I'm not sure if it's Nakara or Nakara.
All right. Happy birthday, Nakara.
Nakara, yeah.
Happy 8th birthday. Hope you have a great life ahead of you. I apologize on behalf of my entire generation for the world we're leaving you. And I'll try to make it up to you by giving you a winning pick here on June 22nd, 2021 in MLB. All right, Jimmy the Bag, what game are we talking about right now?
I can't wait to talk about this game. We're excited to talk about this game all day, and I haven't moved on it. LA Dodgers 44-28, 21-16 on the road at the San Diego Padres 43-32, 26-14 home. We're at Petco Park in San Diego, California. 67 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 9 miles per hour, sideways in. Clayton Kershaw going up against Blake Snell. The market was very slow to give us a line on this, and I was like, is it possible one of these guys isn't going to throw? I'm very interested how nervous they were about putting a market out. Dodgers opened up at -113. They're now at -120. Is that right? No, now -105. Wow, Bet365 -120. Interesting. So an 8-cent move over towards the Padres. This total at 7.5. There's been a 4-cent move towards the over. Blake Snell has been so bad this year, but the Dodgers struggle versus lefties, and we're always going to get value either fading them or some type of fade when they're up against a lefty. They're hitting 224, 710 OPS. Blake Snell just got destroyed at Colorado. 7 earned runs, 2 home runs, and 3 1/3. And then this will bring back all his memories of the World Series last year. Kershaw coming off a nice start in a 2-0 home loss to the Phillies. Dodgers, Padres, can you shed some light here, Pete?
This game is definitely a pass for me. I'm stressing out a little bit right now about the first birthday pick. It's the first one I've made in quite a while, or had to make in quite a while. So I'm looking over the card right now. This one, both of these guys, if either one went, 3 innings, 5 runs, no one would be shocked. If either one went 7 innings, shutout innings, no one would be shocked. I think I'm a little bit higher on Snell, or my numbers say that I should be a little bit higher on Snell here than Kershaw. But I didn't bet it, and it's a pass.
Kershaw, they're hitting 218 with a 642 OPS. Against Blake Snell, 294 with an 837 OPS. Matty Ice says, first 5 over is the only way I play this game. Let's W looking for the Snell prop. Rich G says, I'd be shocked if Snell went 7. Definitely.
Right. Sorry. You know what I meant. If he had a good start, if he had a great, if he had a lights out start.
Sorry. Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying as well.
Yeah. Snell tends not to go deep. That's true.
And Kev Riley also wants that birthday pick. 60
Yeah, all right, Kev Riley. This one, I'm not going to give you guys a friggin' tri-clown pick. I'm not going to be like, all right, Tampa Bay first 5 team total over. 3 clowns are on it, and now it's your birthday pick. I'm gonna try to get something better. All right, go ahead, Jim. I'm just gonna do this.
No, take your time. We have one more game after this, so you got a little bit of time, and it may not even be MLB. So take your time. And
that's right. I forgot about that.
Padres don't hit lefties. 235, 696 OPS. Let's just take a look at where the cash is in this big Dodgers game here. We have 64% of the tickets on the Dodgers, 61% of the cash. And then on the total, 60% of the tickets on the over, but just 17% of the cash. I guess this is going to need more. I guess I'm going to need more time, but my instinct wasn't the over first 5. My instinct was that these teams struggle versus lefties. There's a vividness bias of these teams being able to put up runs, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to today. 9-mile-per-hour sideways wind will help both pitchers. So my instinct, my first gut move was being interested in the first 5 under 3.5. And maybe I should tread with caution there, and I will. So I'll just leave that as a lean right now. First 5 under 3.5, capital L. Okay, let's move on. Ty Clinton looking for some low-hanging fruit, he says. Okay, we have Rockies Mariners, T-Mobile Park, Seattle, Washington. This is the last game on our MLB card. 78 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 7 miles per hour to right center. Kyle Freeland versus Chris Flexen. Chris Flexen, 6-3, 4.12 ERA, 1.29 WHIP, 67 2/3, 44 Ks, 12 walks, 7 homers. His last start was a thing of beauty. 8 innings, 4 hits, 8 Ks, no walks, 10-0 win at home versus the Twins. The Rockies, 235, 677 OPS versus righties. The Mariners don't hit lefties. Both bullpens are poor. You have a thought here, Pistol Pete Loshak?
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely going to decide not to overthink this and take Seattle. God, I wish Jay Happ was pitching today. Then the birthday pick would be no problem, no sweat, a no-brainer. I'm not a believer in Freeland at all until he proves that he can make a change. Obviously not really a believer in Colorado. I've been taking Seattle at home recently and doing well with them. The line is a little bit iffy, but my numbers like flexing, especially at home. And like my numbers like Seattle here, even at minus 155. So that's definitely a lean. I don't know if I'm going to give it as official play, but that's what I think. And I was maybe going to give that as the birthday pick, but I don't know. I have to stress out about it a little bit more before I do something like that. But definitely leaning Seattle.
I think the Mariners look makes a ton of sense. A very small sample size against both pitchers. They're 5 for 10 against Freeland with 5 singles. 2 for 6 against Flexen with a home run and a single. Flexen's been so good. He's so good at home. He doesn't pass the eye test, this guy, this KBO all-star, but it makes sense. Josh CT says, I'm not sure if the numbers would see out something like 11-4 when Flex starts in 2021. Matty Ice says, Story, Tapia, Cron, and being fire guys, first 5 over. Okay, I'm very interested in the Mariners full game. All right, let's review our MLB action and then bring Trot Wam on the show.
Oh, shit. Trot Wam's coming?
Trot Wam is coming on to help us with the NBA game next up. Okay, so my lean towards the Twins never came to fruition at this point. So that's that. The Dirty K prop is Greinke over 4.5 strikeouts at plus 115. He said all this sticky substance started to scare me off. Greinke 4-0 on the road with a 2.20 ERA going versus the O's, who are number 1 in strikeout versus right-handed pitching the last 15 days. I didn't move on that game. I didn't move on Royals, Yankees either. Pete will review his action as soon as I'm done reviewing mine. National Phillies.
Did you write my action down? My official bet picks down?
I wrote down some of them.
Oh no!
I don't know if I got to all of them
because I don't remember what I punked out on and what I made official. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, you made. Okay. Well, I'll go through it with the ones I know. Braves, Mets was a no bet. Then we have the Tri-Clown spot. on the Rays. You made minus 121 full game official in the first 5 team total over 1.5, minus 155 official. Jose say a play of the day is the first 5 minus half at plus 120. He's also on full game minus 122. Jose, if you could remind me, did you make both of those plays official?
We can make them official, but I was only on first 5.
Okay, so it's all good. If you want to stick to just the one play, that's been working. So first 5 minus a half at plus 120. I doubled up there. Rays full game minus 110. Rays first 5 minus 115. Already bet, already locked in. Then the Tigers first 5. I feel like I missed the boat a little bit, but I'm very close to moving on them. I should have got the plus line that was available earlier. Blue Jays, Marlins, no look for me. Indians, Cubs, no look. A's, Rangers, nothing for me. And then we get the taint play of the days on the Giants. Pete, you made official the...
Yeah, first 5 over. Yeah, team total.
First 5. And what was the juice at?
I think it was 155 or 158. I can't remember which.
Okay. Over first 5 over 1.5. Over 1.5.
Here, I'll tell you right now.
So I don't want to double up here, and I've got to decide between the full game and the team total over 4.5, and that leads me to just staying on the full game, trusting the Giants bullpen and sticking with the taint play of the day. The taint play of the day is San Francisco Giants money line at plus 110. I'm on the Brewers full game minus 1. All the market moves scare me. If I hadn't have already bet it, I probably wouldn't bet it. In fact, I know I wouldn't bet it. And then the first 5 under 3.5 is what I'd like in Dodgers Padres. I really do. Hearing Matt Randall liking the first 5 over 3.5 will quite likely keep me off. Maybe I'll send him a message. All right, and then Mariners. I think I'm going to roll with the boys on the Mariners full game here and fade Freeland, who's not looked good, even though the Mariners don't hit lefties. And that is my action. Is there any additions to those 3 plays for you, Pete?
Yeah, what did I pay? Minnesota, that's off. Yeah, so the Pittsburgh, I gave that one, right? White Sox.
Oh, yeah.
Right? What did I give officially? I think I gave first 5. What did I give?
Let me.
This is so bad. This is such bad.
I didn't know what to do. I was so caught up in my stuff because that first 5 over 4, I think I want to pull the trigger on.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what exactly I gave. My bets were I took full game and the first 5 team total over, and definitely leaning first 5 over at 4, and thinking about maybe making those the. All right, I'll make that the birthday pick. White Sox team total over is the birthday pick. Let me just decide if I want to do first 5 or full game. White Sox team total over is going to be the birthday pick. And then, KC Yankees leaning over. Atlanta Mets nothing. St. Louis Detroit definitely leaning Detroit one way or another. Tampa Bay, obviously big play for all of us. Cubs and Cleveland leaning under. Jimmy the bag. I'm telling you, man. Well, now that it's 8.5, no, but at 9, I was definitely leaning under. And San Francisco, first 5 team total over. I took that one and leaning San Francisco on the money line on the game, and the full game team total over on that one, and leaning Seattle.
I love it. So all that needs to be decided, and you don't need to force it right now, is whether that birthday pick is going to be a first 5.
No, I got it. I'll force it right now. Just do whatever you're going to do for a few seconds, and I'll pull up the lines here and get myself the best line for this.
This will be very easy for me to roll a few seconds. Our guy, don't ask, don't tell, says not only does he give us a $10 dono, but it says, "I want to live in Pete's hair."
Yeah, not bad. This is kind of a nice. This is also you can't say this is a vintage Bugle Boy shirt from the '80s. I don't know, even if people don't notice, I notice, and that's it's important. All right, let's see. All right, White Sox. I'll just say. All right, go ahead, Jimmy. I'm just trying.
Yeah, no, take your time. We are about to break into NBA, but it is important to sit here and hum and haw and make sure everything's right. I'm also at my high water mark in MLB. So
very impressive.
Very, 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 very important. Very, 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 very crucial. Very crucial.
All right, you know what I'll do, Jimmy the Bag? I'll say that the first 5 over 4 in White Sox Pittsburgh is the official birthday play, and then I'm going to have to make that one an official play as well. So over 4,
I like it.
minus 110. White Sox.
I'm in on the birthday pick.
That's so tough. I've been doing this a lot of years, Jimmy the Bag, and overs of any kind at PNC Park are very treacherous. But, they put the lines where they are based on the history, and I'll take a shot with over 4. Oh, God, I hope this hits. White Sox, Pittsburgh, first 5, over 4.
That is God. For Nicar's 8th birthday, Mills' beautiful daughter, as well as Kevin Riley celebrating his 60th birthday. There you go. There you go. All right, now we move on to NBA, and I've been excited about our next guest to share the screen with you. A beloved lowbagger and a spectacular NBA capper coming to us live from Long Beach, California, by way of Compton, California. Please welcome to the show, Trot Wam in the house. Wham Bam, how are you, my man?
What it do? What's up, Pete? What's up?
What's going on, man?
Come on, bro. Hey, man, I feel good right now. I was just just met a nice gentleman, Pat, right now. I was like, these guys right here on the show, these are my guys. I'm a great disciple of Peter Loshak, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to follow into the money like you are, brother. And my guy, Jimmy, man, this is my brother, man. We got a baby a month apart, bro. It can't be any closer.
Yeah, man. No doubt, no doubt. What casino are you at right now, Wham?
Yeah, I'm at the Westgate. I'm at the Westgate right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, we over here. You know what I'm saying? We just dialed in. We're dialed in. What's up with y'all, man? I see Marley in the chat. I see Marley say he had the Clippers first quarter last game. I did too, bro. Money line, so we pushed there, but.
Well, okay.
Oh, no. Did he freeze?
There's going to be some issues sometimes. When we come live from Westgate, it gets it's
oh no!
It's stop and go.
Okay. See, that's how life goes, though. When we talked at the Bash, we talked about sports betting, sure. We talked about other things, poker or whatever, but we also talked about life. And one of the things I hope I expressed was that you never know what for next week. You never know what 5 minutes. You don't never know what 10 seconds from now is going to bring. The whole internet connection could crash. Shout out to you, Trot Wam. Whatever you can hear.
He'll be back in. All right, let's lay down the foundations for this breakdown. West Finals Game 2. Phoenix leads the series 1-0. We're in Phoenix Suns Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Suns can move closer to their first NBA Finals in 28 years. They won Game 1, 120-114 on the back of Devin Booker's first career triple-dub. 40 points, 13 boards, 11 assists. Both teams have their superstars. Suns, Chris Paul. Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, not in the lineup. They will both sit out Game 2. Paul George continued his spectacular playoffs, 34 points. Reggie Jackson with 24. Terrence Mann had 9 points after his 39-point monster game to finish off the Jazz. Marcus Morris missed the second half due to a sprained right knee. He's questionable to go in Game 2. I think it's fair to assume that he will not be in the lineup. It's fair to assume Marcus Morris won't be in the lineup. And we got Wham Bam ready to rock back in action. Wham!
Yeah, man. Maybe I got to speak slowly because I'm a little too loud here. They know the money is coming, so we got to just be quiet, guys. I'm happy to be here, brother.
Okay, buddy. Okay, well, let's rock and
roll.
They're
trying to silence you? No, all right. They can silence me. Okay.
We could talk about that another day, P. You know how they do black men.
Oh. Yes. I know. Oh, man.
Wham Bam. The Suns open as 6-point favorites at Pinnacle. That is already down to 4.5. Money coming in on the clip show. And probably based on the fact that Tyronn Lue is able to make adjustments while other coaches just sit and stare. The total here, I'm having a second bringing it up. So why don't we start? Are you surprised that there's this market move towards the LA Clippers, Wham Bam?
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how that Clippers take this money here, and they still end up winning by 6 points last game. Like, as far as the Suns, I think we're not going to see Devin Booker go for 40 triple-double again, though. So I think my original thought process here was that they're going to double Booker and they're going to get the balls out of his hands. Ty Lue is a damn good coach, though, man. Throwing out DeMarcus Cousins, getting a great spark from him. I believe he had 11 points in 5 minutes to start off his tear there. But again, Ayton is becoming a problem for teams here, especially teams without rim protection. So that's kind of my concern here long term. But I believe this will be a Clipper spot. I'm going to go right back to the well, man, with the first quarter because I think they damn near should have did it last time, but it was a push. I should have got the +1 and would have cashed. I'm going to take the money line still here again, though. I got it at +30, +130 here. I'm going to go right back to the money line again, bro. I think that the Clippers coming out early is the spot. I don't know about the full game because the line is moving. I am more interested in the over too, though. So obviously it's money coming in. It's a lot of the tickets on the over. I believe I see here about 90% of the wagers are on the over, but the money is obviously coming in on the under and the line is dropping. I think the under might be, the over might be the spot here. That's kind of how I'm looking here as far as the total. But early on, I think the Clippers take this out. They be able to do some great adjustments, which he's doing in-game adjustments. Like you're saying, like it's a different level of coaching tiers that we have to put Ty Lue in, and I think he gets my respect for sure. And I believe that he will be able to do it today, man. That's kind of where I'm riding with it.
Ski Prophet says over, Brody. Don't be scared of reverse line movement because we have 63% of tickets on the over, but just 20% of cash on the over. So I don't know if this is there. This isn't a reverse line movement to me because we got 80% of the cash on the under and it's dropped a point. I think that is all makes sense. For this spread, we have 45% of the tickets, and we have 13,694 tickets in, so we have a lot. You don't need to worry about a small sample size here. 45% of the tickets on the Clippers spread, 53% of the cash. Pistol Pete Loshak, what do you think of this spot here, Clippers Suns?
Yeah, Lou is an awesome coach, and I wish he was coaching in college on some mid-major team because that's when coaches like that can really just have long-term awesome betting value. In the NBA, though, I'm just not sure. Does the Clippers have, I'm no NBA expert. We all know that. Do the Clippers have the personnel? At a certain point, you just got to have the personnel. It felt like in the beginning of the series, the matchups already favored Phoenix, right? And then you look at the first game, and the Phoenix, they won by 6. They were already like missing open looks and stuff like that. And now you got Morris injured. Morris, I think, is one of those guys who's a little bit undervalued in terms of the effectiveness of a team. Being able to make of a coach being able to make adjustments. Lou is a great coach, but in this spot. If you tell me the Clippers do have the personnel to get it done, then I'm all over the Clippers. I'm just not sure that they do. The Suns might just be too good,
I understand that as well. And as far as what they like to do small ball, Morris is a big key to that. And I see you guys staring at me. Am I glitching here, bro? just make sure everything's good. But no, I definitely agree with you there. And I think they do have the personnel. I was telling my wife this about you, Jimmy, as far as Terrence Mann having a career time. And the game before, it seemed like they muzzled him for him only having 4 shots. Shot 3 for 4 from the field. I would thought he would get a little bit more burned than what he did. So, again, great adjustments by Ty Lue. I think I'm more comfortable putting the money on him as a coach, along with the other guys. We see Rondo be able to do what he's supposed to do as far as keeping the tempo without. And Paul George has been playing phenomenal. We can't dispute that, what I mean? So I think they may have the personnel here when it goes against the Suns without Chris Paul. Without Chris Paul, it's got to be an over just because of the tempo and the pace. And as far as the spread, I just think that the Clippers can cover this game and win this game outright. But I'm just thinking early on, you're going to see them play a little bit more better, find a way to get Devin Booker to be on like more of a distributor, make these other guys beat you.
Yeah, I think that's a great read. If the personnel really does matter, it's more likely to matter late than early. And whatever Lou can do, it's probably going to be more effective early than late. If he runs out of guys. So yeah, that's not bad for the first quarter. If you want the spread, I'm also seeing +2.
Yeah, I wanted to get the +2, but they muzzling us here, man. They got them at +1.5. So I might take the +1.5. I already locked in the +130. But I think for sure my next bet is going to be that over. I'm most likely the official play for me for sure is going to be the first quarter money line. It's probably most likely going to be that over here as well. Seeing that it got bet up, it was 219 I believe last game. It's at 223 now. So I think that's an indication for me that it's probably a good bet.
Well, I'm looking here right now. Clippers first quarter +2 -111 at Pinnacle if you want that.
And We have sharp money going Suns and under. We got Bookie Lover Q in the house, who we got to hang out with in Miami. Great to see you, Bookie Lover Q. He says Clippers are already ready to go back to LA. He's on the Suns. If I was and Ski makes a great point. So Ski says both coaches talked about pace. Who are you going to roll with? Coaches game plan or Sharps betting the under? I know my answer, says Ski. But if we're worried about the personnel with the Clippers, if Marcus Morris is not going to be there, and we know Kawhi's not going to be there, then I would say that first half over makes more sense than the full game over. When, as Pete alluded to, the lack of depth for the Clippers may come into play. So,
yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. When I was looking at this game, I'm that's great that Ski Prophet said that, because I'm trying to learn NBA or relearn NBA. It was the first sport I was good at betting wise, and then I suddenly sucked at it for like 12 years in a row. But yeah, I was looking at this game and I was thinking Phoenix is going to do exactly what they did in Game 1, and the Clippers are going to have to go along with it. So I was thinking, why would the over not be the play here? That's what I was thinking, and that's what Ski Prophet likes as well, right?
Yeah, I think Ski is riding with me as well. He said, don't be scared of the reverse line movement, and we're not scared of the reverse line movement in the NBA, because they're always throwing off the sharp bettors, because it's kind of easier to predict some of these things because the coaches saying about pays based off of personnel. I mean, we know, like, when Chris Paul gets the ball, it's going to slow down the tempo, and that's when the unders are going to cash. At this point, because he had that amazing game, I believe that kind of would hurt us on the under because he had a 40-point triple-double. But, I mean, he can still get 40 points. I don't think they're going to stop. I don't think they're going to stop Devin Booker. It's just about the other guys here. And we're still getting the Clippers, man. They're still offensively a great. Offensively, as far as efficiency, they were like one of the best this year in efficiency. And I'm not scared of the defense for the Suns at all on the perimeter at all. So I think they're still going to knock down those threes.
Man, I'm kind of liking that Clippers first quarter and the over, and the first half over maybe.
I like the first half over too, brother.
The series is being played at 94.5 possessions a game, which is right around what the Clippers have played the playoffs at, 93.71. Very, very, very interesting stuff here. All right, well, let's talk official bets here, Wham Bam. You have first quarter Clippers at plus 130. Are you looking at anything in the player prop market for tonight's game?
So I've been riding the Reggie Jackson over 2.5 threes. Haven't looked at it yet, but it's almost been like an auto bet for me. I'm sure it's at minus 140 though now. You know what I mean? So I'm
minus
probably not
155.
Yeah, see, that's that shit we can't touch right there. We can't touch the minus 155. I believe it's cash though. Just like Royce O'Neal when he was playing with Utah, Reggie Jackson's just always shown that he's shooting at least 7 threes. You know what I mean? About 7 threes. You just need about 3 of those to cash it. So, I'm going to stay off of it, but that's the way I would have been looking here. It would have been Reggie Jackson, maybe over his points as well. I see someone said around 18.5. That's kind of where I would think too. I think he could get a dub 25 or something around there for sure. But as far as official picks, it's only locked in the first quarter money line. But I'm going to be on that first half over with you. I think that's probably is the better play. Get it done early. I'm already got the first quarter in. That way I can start drinking and enjoying my vacation.
Nice. How long are you going to be in Vegas for?
I'm going to be out here until Saturday. So I'm about to switch rooms and everything. Got the kids, get to the pools and stuff. A little bit more kid-friendly. Right now we're in a, Father's Day special room here, and then go a little bit more kid friendly later on. So it's all good. Got to link up with my guy Ski. You already know, bro. Yeah, that Reggie Jackson over 2.5. It's last 12. He said it hits 11 times over the last 12. Come on now.
Wow.
So it's been cashing for me this whole playoffs, but I'm in Vegas. I don't think they're giving this shit out here, bro. I don't think they're giving this shit out here.
I love it. Are you able to continue joining with us throughout the week?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'll be able to do it again. It's crazy. I just woke up and I was like, oh, I got a show, and I seen the link. I was like, oh shit, let me go downstairs. Like, luckily I got my action there earlier. So, hey man, I can't miss the Peter Loshak reunion, man. I can't miss the shit.
So great to see you, Trot Wam.
I love you, Pete, bro. You already know, man.
One freaking game that's so frustrating, I hate it when I see it and I see like a coach that I like to bet on coaching a team that I think has a legit personnel disadvantage against the other team. It's like, oh man.
Oh yeah, man.
I love it. Wham Bam coming to us live from the Westgate in Vegas. He will be back in action with us tomorrow as well. Thank you, Wham Bam, for sharing your hard work and insights with us. Enjoy the vacay with your family, richly deserved, and have fun in Vegas, man.
All right, brother. For sure. Have a good one, fellas.
Wham, where can they find you on Twitter?
Oh, yeah, y'all know it's Walter Trotter the Son, Trot Wam on Twitter, Who Bangin' Sports Talk YouTube channel every Wednesday. We got Wham Talk Wednesdays, Fridays, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Who Bangin' Sports Talk Lounge. Everyone's welcome to join, man. Get on there, talk some stuff, talk about your plays, talk about your losses, because we're transparent. We got it from our guys here, so it's only right, man. Appreciate you guys.
Much love, Wham Bam. Enjoy the trip. There he is. Wham Bam coming to us live from Las Vegas. We go from the NBA playoffs to the NHL playoffs.
Wait, Jimmy, did you make an official pick on that game?
I did not make an official pick on that game. I need more time.
If I'm going to bet it, I'm going to bet that Reggie Jackson prop. That's probably,
Yeah,
right,
I just need more time there to. But I do. If I'm going to take that total over, it'll be first half. It won't be full game, and I just need to study it more.
The thing about, I wonder if Trot Wam and Ski Profit would agree with this, but and for NBA series, sometimes I bet, game ones or game twos, but a lot of times I like to see them marinate, you know what I mean, and develop. After the Nets won that game, whatever game it was, game 5 or whatever, and then they went back to Milwaukee. You knew Milwaukee was going to cover that one, and very likely it was going to go under as well. You know what I mean? It's when the series marinates a little bit that I start to sometimes see very obvious strong plays to me. But the game twos are so tricky. I feel like people who have very reliable NBA numbers, of which there's a lot of those people, can have great reads on games ones and twos, but I find them a little bit difficult. You know what I mean?
Well, we're also dealing with roster adjustments too, without the stars on either side, so it adds a level of trickiness. Ski Profit agreeing with that sentiment as well. We have Wham Bam's official pick is the Clippers first quarter at plus 130. Pete talked about the plus 2, but that wasn't available for Wham where he's at Westgate right now.
Ski says listen to coaches early in the series, and the reason I don't do that is because I just don't have the time. But yes, that's definitely for sure. Yeah. And shout out to Ski Profit.
Yeah, what a great guy. Ski Profit, the winner of the first ever low bag trivia contest in Las Vegas.
Yes, it was only $100, but it wasn't about the money. It was about the momentum, right? A lot of times life is momentum is what you want to focus on. Doing good work is what you want to focus on, and then the rewards come. Shout out to Ski Profit. I don't know what I'm saying here. Let's talk about this.
Love it. So we go from the hard to the ice rink. So we got a little bit of a. Let me just see if I get this. We got a little bit of an echo going right there. I did get it off. We'll see if that lasts for a second. But we go from the hard court to the ice rink. Excitement on ice. We go from the Westgate in Las Vegas straight to Belleville, Ontario, and our man, Mr. Gogster, in the house. Mr. Gogster, welcome to the show. How are you?
What's going on, guys? We're there. Hey, what's going on, Pete? How we doing today? What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
It's a very frustrating card, to be honest. The baseball card's frustrating. The NBA card was stressful, and this NHL game is stressful as well. I'll tell you what I'm thinking after it's a very stressful card.
It's happy. We got sample size, though. We got 4 games at least to work with, right, Pete?
We'll see what you think about what I have to say. You might think, wow, this guy doesn't know hockey at all. But we'll see. We'll see.
You're from New York. You got to know something.
I know a little bit. I know how to go, let's go Rangers. That's all I really know for sure.
Not an Islander guy. Okay.
All right.
I saw one game in MSG, God, so long ago. It was in Nordiques Rangers, and it was a 3-3 tie. Go back to the old days of the 3-3 ties. Yes.
Are you playing soccer?
Montreal Canadiens, Vegas Golden Knights, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Montreal has matched its deepest playoff run since winning the Cup in 1993, despite coming in with the worst record of the 16 qualifiers. DeBoer made a big balls coaching decision, a huge, giant coaching decision, and it came up all DeBoer with Lehner looking spectacular. He's such a different goaltender than the Flower. It was a unbelievably ballsy coaching decision. And
he played well. He played a good game of hockey,
And, we know that he's bipolar. We know that he's gone to rehab for alcoholism, but he's saying all of the right things. Yeah. He said this. He said, Flower has been absolutely outstanding. He's the reason we are here. When you get a chance to come in and help, it's great. You just do what you can for the team, whatever position you are in. Nicholas Roy, top line center with Chandler Stevenson out, scores 78 seconds in overtime. Braden McNabb, a healthy scratch, 6 times in the postseason, scored the opening goal. We have the depth of Vegas rearing its head because they can't score on the power play. 0 for 13 in their past 6 games, 4 for 39 in the playoffs. And Chandler Stevenson could be back. DeBoer says that his return is on the horizon. The Canadiens dropped to 7-2 in 1-goal games, 9-2 when scoring first. Mr. Gogster, take it away. But first, let's talk about one other stat here. The power play and penalty killing is such a big advantage for the Habs, and I am surprised at that. 92.9% penalty killing through the playoffs. That's how you win series, and 18.4% power play, which isn't that good, but it's very good compared to Vegas's. So here we go, Game 5, Stanley Cup semis.
Can I say one thing for like 2 seconds? Sorry, didn't mean to
get in there.
The way I'm thinking about this one is over. Go ahead. Tell me why you think that's stupid. Go ahead.
Pete, you stole the thunder.
Did I really? You see, because I knew it, because if you had said it and then I said it, they'd be that guy's just stealing Gogster's picks and analysis.
Yeah, I'm looking overs here, guys. Where do I start here with this game? First period, I'm looking at high danger chances here. Marc-Andre Fleury, high danger chances and medium danger chances, guys. He's got an 0.88 save percentage and a 0.88 on both high and medium. You look at what Montreal's done. They've been getting high and medium danger shots, 5-8, 6-5, and 8-3. 2 of those were at home on the road too, which they're going to be going here. You look at Price here, guys. His medium danger shots here are 0.95. He's almost got 100. He's 95% save percentage on medium danger shots, which is huge. It's the high danger where he's got a 0.78 that's an issue. You look at what the Vegas Golden Knights have done, though. They only get around 3 or 2 high danger chances per game. So that's where they have to beat them. If they get those high danger chances, Vegas, that's the key thing there. What I'm trying to say here is I can't take Vegas in this game. I'm just a little nervous as to, I don't know, just as to what Price has been doing here. If I just look at the numbers, it's the high danger chances. They got to start putting out a little more than just Marchessault, Carlson, and Stone. They've been riding those guys for 14, 15 minutes the last 2 last 2 games, sorry. And it's just it leaves me a little worrisome here. And now that you got Petrie back, ever since Petrie's come back, it's just added more offense to this Montreal team than what he can do, guys. So I can't choose a side here as much as if I had a gun to my head, I'd probably take Montreal. I'd probably get shot in the end, but I like the overs here, guys. First period over 2. I'm going to put 1 unit on the first period over because I think this is going to come out balls to the wall here. They're going to come out flying, even though Vegas have only scored 6 goals in the first and they've scored 14 in the second. I like goals here early, guys. There could even be both teams to score in the first. But as this game goes on, Vegas get really good as the game goes on. You look at what they've done per period. They've only allowed 2 goals in the third period at home. That's the one issue if they lock down. But with that being said, I think this is balls to the wall. Montreal get this win. They can take it at home. They lose this game. I still see it could go 7 games, but this is going to be similar. I was on the over last night with Tampa Bay, and I think this is going to be a very similar game. It's going to open up, and we're going to see some goals. That place is going to be rocking. What do you got to say, Jim?
Wow.
I love fascinating breakdown. Excellent breakdown. I just, with the way Vegas is playing without their first line centerman, I'm shocked that we keep seeing these lines. This is the kind of line that we got for the Lightning Islanders game, and the Islanders are a juggernaut. Excuse me, the Lightning are a juggernaut. They're a very, very, very talented hockey team. When you take the number 1 line center off of any team, there's a problem. If you take it off of a team that isn't looking good on the power play, isn't looking good offensively, I'm shocked to see now it's gone down. The Pinnacle opened Vegas at -250. It's now -218.
Yeah, It's a different series, but I remember saying, sorry, Jim, before this, you were asking about this series. I thought this one could go at least 6-7. It's a tough matchup, and you got Price. The difference between Price and Varlamov is quite a difference, in my opinion. Price is much more seasoned than Varlamov. He just had an off game the last night, so keep going. Sorry, Jim.
No, please jump in anytime. So I'm just this is for me. What the Lightning did to the Islanders last night, I believe Vegas is incapable of doing that. So
I agree.
So you think Vegas' issues are fundamental and not just sort of small sample size / whatever?
When the season started, I said, how could Vegas start the year with Chandler Stevenson as their first line centerman? Now, what they did was play extremely accountable hockey, and Chandler Stevenson is that two-way forward. He's responsible defensively. He's fast. He's physically lifted. So who cares if he doesn't have really soft hands, because he can win faceoffs. He can do all of these other things. But I was like, man, what happened? Look at and I remember beginning of the year, going over their first four centermen, going, how can this team be as good as they've been in years past? Now, Pietrangelo stepped up, and that was a great pickup. Their defense with Alec Martinez stepping up, we already knew that Theodore was very good, and their goaltending has been elite. So they have elite goaltending, one of the strongest defensive cores in the NHL. And so who cares if they don't have that soft-handed playmaker at center? Now Chandler Stevenson goes down, and they're not the 10.3% power play. Get used to it. It's not going to get any better. They're now a very susceptible team, and the Habs believe in themselves. It would be no surprise to me if they come in to Vegas and win Game 5. And I'm surprised that this has all happened. But there's been a huge roster development, and that's that Vegas loses their first-line centerman on a team that's already had trouble scoring, and now they're very vulnerable to me.
100%. It's just what they can do at home. I've seen it so many times with how fast they play. This Vegas team plays so damn fast, Jim. That's why I think it's going to be over. One thing that's really big here, guys, is what the defense have done for Vegas. They've expected goals have been 1.83 Game 1, 1.82 Game 2, 2.69 Game 3, 1.69 Game 4. The issue with them going so hard like that is they're against. They have 1.73, 2.65, 1.78, 2.53 against defensively. So they've been pushing a lot offensively to defense, but they've been getting it a high expected chances against for Montreal. And that's why you see 8 medium, 3 high danger, 6 medium, 5 they have more high danger chances, Montreal, because of what the defense is doing for Vegas. They're pushing the pace. Eventually, you have to think this Vegas forward group is going to get it going, but other than a couple that, like, their fourth line is really bad. Montreal have a huge advantage, guys, on that fourth line with Perry, Stahl, and Armia. So overall, just being at home and how desperate I think Vegas, even though Vegas have tied this up, they know they can't lose this 1-3-2. They don't want to be going 7 games again. They've almost went 7 games, I think, every single series this year, guys. So it just leans towards goals. I don't want to choose the side, but the value is 100% with Montreal. I was looking at Montreal to score first, too. They, what do I have it here? 9 goals in the first, 3 allowed on the road. That's where they have to take the advantage, because Vegas, as you guys know, only allowed 2 at home all playoffs. So a plus 165, that's almost a lean there at Montreal to score first, because they can't get down against Vegas. I look to be similar to Game 2 with the addition to Petrie. Quick, fast game. 5 is generous. I'd almost look at taking that 5.5 at plus money too.
We have 57%, with just 4,615 tickets in, so not a ton, but 57% of the tickets on the money line for Vegas, 86% of the cash on Vegas, and the market is moving towards Montreal. We have 52% of the tickets on the over, 47% of the cash on the over. So, okay. I don't know exactly how to handle this myself, but I'll tell you what, even if Stevenson comes back, there's no way I'm betting Vegas. And I know that the Lightning won 8-0 last night, but both the Habs and the Islanders, one thing that they've proven is that there's no value fading them unless you pick the perfect spot to do it. But if you just blink, if you're just going to bet against them in the series, you're going to lose money, because the Knights and the Lightning are such big favorites. So Slat says the price is hilarious from a value side. I have to play Montreal. They outplayed Vegas last game for 15 minutes. KCOH MMA says go ahead, fade Vegas. They're going to roll all of you tonight and show you why they're going to the Stanley this year.
Yeah, and some guys are saying OT too. I don't blame them for an OT look. The last 2 games have gone to overtime. Pete, what do you think of that? An overtime look and an over, is that correlated or what?
An overtime and I mean the push is correlated on the 5.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that also it does it not feel to you like it's a time if Mark Stone's going to go off, he's going to go off tonight? No, maybe.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have his center. So he doesn't have a center iceman, and look, Stone is a great hockey player, but he needs the guy who's been with them all year long, putting him in dangerous situations. And Nicholas Roy is not that guy. And they tried to play Colasar there, that didn't work. So now they moved to Nick Roy. So no, this wouldn't be the spot. Now, who knows? Chandler Stevenson might be in the lineup. I don't expect him to be still.
He's been nowhere. You're right. I'm looking at their top lines. Game 1 was Yanmark, Roy, Tuck. Game 2 was Carrier, Brown, Reeves. Game 3 was Carrier, Nosak, Reeves, and Game 4 was Marchessault, Carlson, Smith. So Stone and Pacioretty have been nowhere to be found. So they do need to show up. But Jim's right. They're missing Stevenson.
But also, go ahead.
Well, they're just missing consistency with their that first line. Something that Vegas has been so good with is having consistency throughout these last few years, and that's why that Marchessault line has been so good, because they've been together. Riley Smith, Marchessault, and Carlson have been together so often. Pete, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say also, I mean, the officiating obviously has been horrific the whole the whole series, and it feels like also this game sets up for more whistles, right? Less intense defense, more whistles.
And I have a hard time seeing Montreal getting any calls here in Vegas, to be honest.
They've impressed me so much in this last 2 rounds. Against the Leafs, I wasn't sure how good the Leafs were, so I took it with a grain of salt. Them running over Winnipeg, regardless of whether Winnipeg's most important player was in the lineup for 3 of those 4 games, whatever. They still ran right over them, and they've played Vegas very tough here. And look, I mean, no way. There's just no way in the world I would ever take Vegas here at this. If you want Vegas, then maybe pick Vegas to win the series in either 6 or 7 or something like that. But this it's minus 250 at Bet365.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of Montreal doesn't have their coach too now for the first road game? They had their coach game 1 and 2. Now they're going with Luke Richardson. Do you think that's going to be an issue, Jim?
We're not talking about a coach that's been with them for 3 or 4 years, right? Ducharme came in late, so I think the plan can be taken care of with the assistant coaches, the very esteemed assistant coaches. So Dennis Garcia says, calling in now, Montreal will miss the playoffs next year. Okay, all right. I love Dennis takes
Dallas Stars from last year.
So, Mr. Gogster, official NHL picks for you are?
All right, I'm rolling first period over 1.5. 1 unit's going to be on that one, guys. I can't shy away from when I see this just coming out flying. And as the game goes on, kind of like what Pete's saying, have a hard time seeing there being no calls. They probably talked to these refs and said, what the hell are you guys doing in Montreal? I looked as the game goes on. Gotta love the over. I love the over here, actually, guys. Hopefully it doesn't go south on us. Minus 129 at Pinnacle. Over 5. That's going to be the best bet. 2 units on that puppy.
That's exciting.
I'm on the over also. Over 5. I'll take minus 129.
All right. Let's go. We can't go over 2, Pete. We just can't.
Jim's just like, wow, these guys don't know what they're talking about. He's like,
no, I don't think so at all. And look, my playoffs have been just a garbage fire. So I'm very, very thankful that Gogster has been leading the way here in the playoffs. He's done a spectacular job doing it.
Appreciate you guys having me on every day, and it's just great talking hockey with everyone in the chat. Everyone tuning in every day, Tuesday to Friday, and having Pete on Tuesdays. This is like the holy grail right now. So
I didn't mean to jump in before you do your NHL analysis, but I gotta say, if I don't, everyone will think, oh, Pete's just like copying Gogster and like pretending he's as smart.
you did it last time too. You like the Islanders, so
I know. God, I got too cute. It says again, my read on the game was accurate, but I just got too cute.
We got 60 minutes here, Pete. We're good.
Okay.
When I look at the roster now for Vegas, I don't initially I just thought this was a better hockey team than Montreal in a bunch of different ways. But there's something magical happening with the Habs now. And the one thing that the Habs are really doing well is playing 4 lines. And
Exactly.
I'm not at this point. I feel like if I bet the Canadiens, my playoff losing would pass on to the Canadian bettors. KCOH MMA says my buddy's a high-end Vegas bookie. Told me there's a sharp bet who put 500,000 on Vegas -1.5 tonight. Crazy bet to me, but damn. I wonder if he has information that Chandler Stevenson is playing. Turnsy66 says, simple as this: if Vegas offensive core doesn't produce, they aren't winning. Can't keep relying on Pietrangelo. God, their defense has been so good through the playoffs.
The one advantage is they do have 3 defensive pairings, Vegas, where Montreal only have 2. They've been mixing in the 2 top guys with their bottom 3 because they just don't trust that third line. So a little more advantage from Vegas there for the firepower. I see this just being goals, guys. I just see this being an over. I have a really hard time seeing this being 2-1. Every game's gotten under 2, not this one.
Wonderful stuff. No official play for me yet in the NHL. I'm going to need some time to. I'm going to need some time here.
Playing it safe.
Well, I mean, the Habs, I just don't see how the Habs aren't the bet here.
What about score first, plus 165?
No, because if there's a hole in Vegas's lineup, and I want to know what's going on with Chandler Stevenson, but if there's a hole in Vegas's lineup, I want as much time as possible to abuse that. I don't want to risk. I don't, because we know what's going to happen. It's going to be a madhouse in Vegas. They have the best fans in the NHL. They're going to be losing their shit. I mean, maybe the Islanders have the best fans in the NHL, but it's going to be
that's true.
It's going to be nuts, and it's going to be very easy. The first 10 minutes is so key for the Canadiens to take that punch in the face and not be down 1-0 or 2-0.
Mm-hmm. So. And they're a hell of a team on the counter. Their power play, they've had almost more opportunities than Vegas's. Their penalty kill starts had more opportunities than Vegas's power play. Just how much they can counter. They have they're 2 guys on the power play. Their forwards are such offensively minded. It's a real tough team. It's going to be a good game, guys. I like the overs. I can't take Montreal full game. It's not going to be a play. I think they come out strong early, but overs, guys. Over 5. Let's roll this one to the bank, baby.
There it is. Thank you, Mr. Gogster. Where can the guys find you on Twitter?
We can find me at Ego47. That's EGO47_. And I tweet out, I got KBO, PGA, what else? MLB. KBO is just the bread and butter. Pete, you're talking about Mexican baseball? KBO, my God.
I know. I looked into that. I didn't have. I didn't have success with it. So I'll
tweet you some action. Anyway, guys, thanks for having me on, Jim, Pete, everyone at Pub Sports Radio. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And let's get these overs. First period, 1 unit. That's plus 123, and over 5. That's minus 129 at Pinnacle. 2 units on that bad boy.
I love that, Mr. Gogster. And the birthday pick.
Oh, God.
I am going to be tailing. I'm going to add to my action. The birthday pick for Nakara and Kevin Riley is the first 5 over 4 in Chicago White Sox at Pittsburgh Pirates. That is our first birthday pick in many moons. Pete.
Look how stressed out I am about this. I'm betting a birthday pick on an over with Giolito starting at PNC Park, but... All right, we'll see.
In 7 minutes, we have C-Mac and Babano for their MLB show. At 4 p.m. Eastern, we have the Pub Hub NBA playoffs, and that is starring Ski Prophet, Dutch Boy Fresh, C-Mac and Babano, 4 p.m. Eastern every day throughout the playoffs. And catch us here again tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. Also, every Tuesday, the Legend Lotals Loshak back in action with us, and we love him dearly.
I just need this birthday pick to cash. I'm feeling really nervous about it the more I'm thinking about it, but that's all right. No sticky stuff. So hopefully Giolito will be throwing, spin rate 1,600, and they'll put up. Each team puts up 2 in the first. That's what I would love to see.
I like it. Mr. Gogster, can you let us out of here, my friend?
All right, guys. As always, best of luck. And as always, get that cash. Leche, Alos, bookmakers.
Milk that shit. Milk it.
Hey,
He's gonna pull it! Damn
Where's the bang bang, Preston? Come on.
I can't breathe.
Pub Sports Radio. Come find us in Southtown 101. Subscribe on YouTube and all platforms where podcasts are found.